Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney has the evening off. After 14 seasons, Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll is out. The news rocked the sports world this afternoon, leaving many to question who will take over the newly opened head coaching position. KREM 2 sports director Travis Green is here now in the studio to break it all down as the Super Bowl champion takes on a new role with the organization. Hey, Travis.
Yeah, hey, Mark. Pete Carroll will no longer be the head coach, but he's remaining with the Seahawks in an advisor role. This comes after the Seahawks just missed out on the playoffs, going 9-8 this season, marking the second time the team has missed the playoffs in the last 3 years. The Seahawks released the news with a statement saying it was an amicably agreed upon situation here. Carroll didn't seem like he was ready to be done coaching after the Hawks season ended, but either way, he's grateful for his time in Seattle and looking forward to sticking with the team.
It's been an honor and a thrill to be part of this program, and I've loved every minute of it, and you've watched me love it. I'm thrilled that we've had this run. I really am. The level of consistency that we've demonstrated is such to make you proud. It's the end of the season. I'm supposed to be, go lay on a cot somewhere. I ain't feeling like that. And, there's what's coming. I don't know. I got no idea. And I really don't care right now. But I'm excited about it.
All right, now here's a look at Pete's tenure. His 137 Seahawks wins are the most in team history. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win in Super Bowl 47. He's third among NFL coaches with 10 playoff wins since taking over the Hawks. And in NFL history, he's tied for 13th with Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin in all-time wins with 180. Now, it's certainly early to speculate, but some hot names that are flying around as potential replacements for Coach Carroll are Mike Vrabel, who was shockingly fired by the Titans today, Jim Harbaugh, who's coming off a national championship with Michigan, and Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, who was the Seahawks defensive coordinator back in 2013. Mark?
We'll wait and see. Travis, thank you very much. All right, in the meantime, let's switch gears and take our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, we are tracking snow, wind, and some brutally cold temperatures heading our way.
Yeah, it's kind of in that order, and eventually it's going to be brutally cold. As Mark said, 29 degrees right now. I'm going to live in this 29 degrees. You're like, why is he showing me temperatures? Because enjoy it. Soak it in. Step outside. Feel that mild air on your face because the next few days it's going to be drastically different. We get first snow moving in, then we wind up getting wind, then we wind up getting the cold. Snow, enough over the mountains that we have another round of winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories here in Spokane and off to the north. A little bit of scattered flurry action is all we get right now, but tomorrow we'll see a little bit of activity to start the day, kind of pre-dawn, and then it continues, most of the activity down to our south and up in the mountains. Notice that band down south. The reason we get this line and then south of it more moisture is because we set up a neat little convergence zone down there. But overall, what winds up happening is the temperatures take a dive. The snow, if you're in Idaho or up in the mountains, it's quite a bit more. If you're in Spokane, another inch. I'm sorry, it's just kind of the way this goes. 29 degrees tomorrow is where we top out. Friday morning, 0. Single-digit high, below 0 Saturday morning, and a little bit of light wind each day. We'll have those temperatures feeling like they are quite a bit below 0. This will be the coldest we likely are all season long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning we're cold, but we turn the corner by Monday afternoon.
All right, well, we'll brace for it for sure. Jeremy, thank you very much. And as we brace for those single digits, the city of Spokane is preparing to help people get out of the cold. The city libraries are getting ready for people looking for a place to warm up during the day. As of right now, all libraries will be operating at normal hours. And for a full list of libraries and times they'll be open, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Just today, the Spokane Regional Health District released a list of guidelines to prepare for the extreme cold. SRHD encouraging folks to stock up on emergency supplies such as food, water, and to keep an emergency kit in your car. They also say listen to the radio or TV or look on social media for the latest weather forecast. If you have a fireplace, make sure it's working properly and be sure to keep a full tank of gas. The cold temperatures will impact everyone across the inland Northwest, but particularly people without homes. And one organization in North Idaho is doing their part to help people get off the street. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun is live in Post Falls tonight with more. Nathan?
Hey Mark, good evening. Well, I'm outside the St. Vincent de Paul, North Idaho warming shelter. Now this shelter is closed right now, but in a couple of hours, the doors will open for people to stay the night. Below 0 degrees. That's how cold North Idaho is getting this weekend.
We have a DVD player and movies set up for them.
It's those temperatures that make Jennifer Struckman jump into action.
So this gives them hope to stay warm and they're not going to freeze out there.
Struckman is a case manager for St. Vincent de Paul, North Idaho. She's helped run the nonprofit's warming center for the past 2 years.
It's a huge part in what we do because they know that we're here for them. They have some support, whether they want it or not.
The shelter is the only mass warming shelter in North Idaho. The shelter holds up to 60 people and can host both men and women.
To see their face light up and how grateful they are, it means the world to me.
So far this winter, the shelter has opened for 24 nights and hosted more than 350 people. The nonprofit's executive director says the shelter only opens when temperatures are below freezing at night.
28 degrees is really what we can afford to be open.
That's because the shelter costs $800 a night to run. Last year, the nonprofit spent almost $100,000 on the warming shelter.
It's totally supported based on thrift store sales, and then we have nice donors.
With sub-zero temperatures later this week, the shelter is expected to get to capacity.
We got to bring people in out of the cold. People die when it gets that cold, and so we do our best.
The shelter isn't just to help people stay warm.
So they have hot water, coffee, microwave. We have a few snacks back here.
People staying the night will have access to housing and job services, or even just a warm pair of socks.
I think that they've all been here. They hit hard times and just can't get back up on their feet. And that's what we're here for, is try to help them do that.
St. Vincent says they provide a shuttle from their facility in Coeur d'Alene to the warming shelter in Post Falls. The nonprofit does say that in smaller communities, they've seen churches open up as warming shelters. So the shelter opens at about 7 p.m. tonight, and it'll stay open until about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. The shelter tells me that if more than 60 people do show up, they will make room inside. Live in Post Falls, Nathan Kahn, KREM 2 News.
All right, Nathan, thank you very much. Turning to Northwest News now, Boeing CEO is talking publicly for the first time after Friday's terrifying incident where a panel flew off an Alaska Airlines flight over Portland last week. Investigators are honing in on the 4 bolts designed to hold that door panel in place, bolts they so far just can't find. United and Alaska have both identified other planes where those same bolts were loose. CEO Dave Calhoun says Boeing must rebuild trust and make sure this never happens again.
We're going to have to demonstrate it by our actions, our willingness to work directly and transparently with them, and to make sure they understand that every airplane that Boeing has its name on that's in this sky is in fact safe.
The White House says President Joe Biden is personally tracking the grounding of many Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes across the country. New at 5 tonight, an avalanche at a California ski resort left one person dead and injured another. It happened in a section of an expert-level terrain at Palisades Tahoe near Lake Tahoe. The Placer County Sheriff says nobody else is believed to be trapped or missing. The avalanche forced the resort to close just 30 minutes after it opened this morning.